Hello everyone. Well, this is the continuation of the video for e-governance. So in yesterday's video, okay, so I'm just going to continue e-governance. So yesterday I made a video on introduction of e-governance, okay, e-governance overview we can say. So I discussed about the definition and all. So study what we discussed was what is e-governance. So we learned that e-governance is the use of electronic means like ICT, information and communication technology for providing government services, okay, to general public like citizens and all. So in today's topic, that is our second video today we have. So in today's topic we will be discussing about first part is benefits of e-government. Okay, so I'm discussing the general syllabus. Okay, so every any bachelor or master's program, this will cover all this syllabus. So I'm taking this general syllabus. So benefits of e-governance, so we can see first benefit can be with the help of e-governance or e-government we have better provision of better provision of government services. Okay, so second advantage, we can have a two-way communication between government and citizen, we can say. Yeah, two-way, hence the relation is improved. Two-way communication between government and its citizen. Yeah, let's go to third one. So third one can be efficient government management. Of course, if you are using governance in a better way, so we will have efficient government management. Okay, so next one is number 4. We'll have citizen empowerment, because we'll have right to access the information. Yeah, because if you are using, if everything is online, for example, you can see if every information citizen is getting every information, citizen has right to decide something, hence finally we'll have empowerment. Yeah, so there will be citizen empowerment, let's say empowerment, uh, because of access to information. Okay, so we did management, we have improved interaction, we have okay, so next we can have implementation of right to information. It means that we are getting all the information, yeah, in a better way. So we can say implementation of right to information. Yeah, so this is one of the very important question for exam. Okay, so the question can be asked like explain e-governance and also write some points about the importance or some benefits of e-governance. Okay, so this will be the answer, you can explain this. So now let's go to one important topic there is. Okay, so this is one small topic that I came across. So what is good governance? What is good governance? Okay, and how it is implemented? Good governance means every services, the citizen is getting every services using e-governance, like citizen can be easily access, citizen can easily access all the services that is provided by government. For example, if I need to make my citizenship, or if I need to get my license, so there should not be problem from the government side. Everything, every information should be available very properly, it should be understandable. Okay, so all this comes under good governance. Okay, so how can we implement this good governance? Okay, so it can be implemented if it can be enabled by e-governance if it is implemented properly. Yeah, so if we can say e-governance is implemented properly, so finally the outcome will be a good governance. Okay, so that's what. For example, there is a e-governance portal, but we are not able to access the information. Okay, there is no information there. Fine, and request timeout something, or it is not secure. So this is not example of good governance. Okay, so here good governance, we have, it stands for smart. So I hope you know this full form of smart. So what does it mean? It means simple. So it should be simple, yeah, moral, accountable, responsive, and transparent. Okay, so transparent means citizens should be able to, like, all the information should be clearly available to the citizen. Okay, so in any case, okay, in any case, if citizen needs any services, so it should be easily available. Yeah, so that is good governance. Fine. So okay, so these are some of the points we can say. It should be effective, it should be participatory, accountable, transparent. So let me draw a diagram for you. Okay, so just remember this diagram, and in exam you'll be able to write. So suppose if this is a, sorry for the circle, suppose this is a good governance. Okay, so it should be accountable, it should be transparent, it should be responsive. Okay, it should be effective. Okay, it should be participatory, that citizens should be able to participate. Yeah, so these are some of the efficient, so these are some of the properties of good governance. Okay, so I think these two topics are very important for exam. Okay, so in third video I'm going to make types of e-governance. Okay, so again this is one of the important topic for exam, types of e-governance. Fine, so just like, share and subscribe our channel, and be updated, and of course stay safe. Thank you.